Hello and welcome. My name is Katzy Roman and I'm an intuitive tarot reader. Please join me for these monthly tarot scopes. I hope you find them useful on your journey. If you'd like to get a reading with me and you live in Atlanta, come see me at Modern Mystic Shop or email me balancethesescales@gmail.com or send a message on Instagram at balancethesescales. Thank you and enjoy. Hello and welcome to the Energy Action Advice reading for August 2018. For the energy, we have the Eight of Swords. So, Eight of Swords is all about the negative self-talk and how we sometimes have a tendency to feel trapped in our own thoughts and feelings and ideas and old lessons and programming, and we think that there's no way out, but there actually is always a way out. It's just a matter of changing the perspective on how you see things. So using this card as the energy for August, how has the retrograde been treating you? How have these eclipses been treating you? Are they revealing something new, something different? Are you reviewing what you need to review? Are you reassessing, taking inventory on old lessons, old paradigms, old stories, old ways of thinking, old thought patterns, old habits? Are you reviewing all of those and realizing that, hey, it's not really serving me anymore, so I'm just gonna cut it out of my life? Use these Eight of Swords, the Eight Swords, to cut all of the negativity out of your life. Cut it completely out. Cut out what doesn't feel good, cut out what doesn't sound good, cut out all those negative words that we tell ourselves, all the negative self-talk. Cut out all of the BS and change that. I feel like these swords here need to be turned upright, and I feel like when they're turned down like this, it's a little bit of the false truths that we tell ourselves, but when they're facing up and the point is going up, it's more of the truth, the real truth, and the clarity that we can get to when we're speaking from our truth, speaking from our heart, making sure that our thoughts aren't negative and that our words aren't negative either. So pointing down is the false truth, pointing up is the truth. So we want to take these swords, cut out all the negativity, and then turn them upright so that we're operating from our best and highest truth. The action for August is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is all about change. It's all about turning the wheel, turning it in our favor, shifting right out of the old and into the new. So I like to imagine it as like a pirate ship wheel, where you just grab two ends and you just take a big turn and shift it, which will steer that pirate ship in a new direction. So we're steering our ship in a new direction. We're taking that wheel and going down a different path, and that path will be led through this Eight of Swords perspective change. So where you normally would think negative thoughts about something, turn that wheel and shift it. Change your thought patterns, change your behavior, change your attitude, so that everything feels more in alignment. Things don't feel off. Because if you stay on the same course, then it's just going to be the same. Nothing's really going to change. So if we take that big two-handed turn on the wheel in our own lives, it doesn't even have to be a pirate ship. It can be a car. Take that big two-handed wheel change and change course. You might not know what's ahead, and that's okay, because with this change, there comes new clarity, there comes new perspective, it comes new opportunities to perceive things differently, experience things differently, and have fun with it. Experience something new, open your eyes to something different, and really call in that energy shift. And the advice is the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is an interesting card for advice because I like to see it as taking the high road. So if you're standing here with this wand in hand and you've got this energy down here of these other people trying to take your wands, take your fire, take your passion, you're going to defend it no matter what. And that's you standing from your new vantage point, seeing all of this little drama from below, seeing it from that new higher perspective from these two cards, from the Eight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. So that perspective shift will give you the higher ground and will put you in a better vantage point so that you can make these better decisions and move on your path more thoughtfully, more carefully, more passionately, and more creatively, because you're entering something new, you're entering something different, you're experiencing all of these shifts, and instead of being in full defense mode, it's play defense mode, meaning that you're always going to be watching your own back, of course, and making sure that nobody tries to like knock you down, but you're also going forward fearlessly because you're just charging ahead into the unknown, but being really brave about it. So using that fire and drive that shifted out of the Eight of Swords negative perspective into this positive perspective of being happy about this shift, happy about doing the work necessary in order to make these positive shifts, and just being happy about this new way of being that you're entering, which is only going to serve your happiness. It's only going to serve your purpose. So this is kind of a really fun, it feels a little heavy because there are a lot of shifts. There are a lot of transformations that need to be made. But I think if we approach it from joy and a little bit of creativity and really just open from the perspective of seeing things differently, taking a perspective shift, I think it'll be a fun a fun hard shift, if that makes sense. I think we can have fun with these big life changes coming in, but always I feel like, you know, the Seven of Wands is also like our spirit guides kind of with us in our defense mode, where we can always call on our spirit guides to be with us and help us and just kind of like illuminate that path for us while we move forward. So to recap, the energy is the Eight of Swords. Change the perspective, change the old habits, get rid of the old habits, move into new habits. The Wheel of Fortune as the action is taking a big turn, making a big shift, following that Eight of Swords, cutting out the negativity, moving into positivity. And the advice with the Seven of Wands is just to, you know, watch your own back, stay on track, don't let anyone knock you down, and just keep on moving forward and having fun with it and enjoying it. So I hope you enjoyed this energy action advice reading for August 2018, and I will see you next time.